Bang, bang, Niner gang, what's going down, 49er faithful? It is JD with Hawk Hater TV, and I cannot believe it is already week 14 on the NFL schedule. This year is absolutely flying by, but with the season that the San Francisco 49ers have had, getting to this point in the season, each and every game from here on out until the end of the regular season schedule is going to be bigger, it's going to be better, and it's going to be even more important, and that is no different this week when the San Francisco 49ers travel all the way over to New Orleans to take on the Saints in the Superdome. I mean, I don't even think I have to tell you how big this game is. The San Francisco 49ers, the New Orleans Saints, and the Seattle Seahawks are all tied in terms of record at 10-2 atop the NFC. But the only difference is the Seahawks hold the tiebreaker against the 49ers because they beat us back earlier in November. But let's not talk about that. We're not talking about that today. What we're talking about is how big this game is in the grand scheme of things and how the 49ers match up against the Saints in this game. The Niners have to win and win a lot and win more than the Seattle Seahawks and the New Orleans Saints going down this stretch run of the regular season. Every single week is of the utmost importance, and I expect the 49ers, I expect Kyle Shanahan to have his guys prepared. I expect the Niners to show up each and every week and fight for that first round bye because, man, that is so important. The Niners bye week was in week 4. This team has been dealing with so many injuries all season long, so getting that first round bye is going to be absolutely critical to the 49ers' postseason successes this year, in my opinion. So with all that said, let's get into JD's 3 keys to victory against these New Orleans Saints. Number 1, New Orleans Saints guard Andres Peat is out for this game, which is absolutely huge if you look at the matchup in terms of the 49ers defense against the New Orleans Saints offense. The Niners boast 2 of the biggest defensive tackles in the game in Arik Armstead and DeForest Buckner. With Dee Ford coming back this week, finally, they're going to be able to slide Arik Armstead back into the interior, and that's going to create a huge problem for the short Drew Brees in that pocket. Drew Brees is 5'10", 5'11", and has historically had a little bit of trouble against bigger defensive tackles getting in his grill. And DeForest Buckner and Arik Armstead are both 6'7", 6'8" tall. With Andres Peat out for this game, I expect the 49ers to absolutely exploit whoever the hell they have filling in on that spot. And having those 2 huge defensive tackles in Drew Brees' face throughout this game is going to be absolutely huge. It's not going to go well for Drew Brees, in my opinion, with those guys bearing down on him. Number 2, the New Orleans Saints are without 2 of their starting linebackers in A.J. Klein and Kiko Alonso. What that means for the San Francisco 49ers is that the best tight end in the game, George Kittle, is going to be able to wreak absolute havoc against whatever Saints linebackers they have out there. That's going to be a huge mismatch for the San Francisco 49ers. You're going to bring in some backup linebacker and expect him to match up with the likes of George Kittle. Sorry, forgive me for laughing. And number 3, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but the 49er faithful have absolutely taken over New Orleans like they've done all year long in every single Niner road game. The San Francisco 49ers fan base travels so well, and that's going to be no different this week against the New Orleans Saints. Just check social media. Just look around. The Niner fans are going to take over the Dome, and that's going to be just totally huge. Such an advantage for the 49ers when they go on the road. Sure, that stadium is going to be loud for the Saints. The Saints fans are nuts. They're loud. It's going to be a hostile environment. It's going to be difficult on the 49ers offense. But here's the thing. The Niner fans that are going to be in attendance at this game, I can promise you, are going to make it just as difficult for Drew Brees and that Saints offense when they're on the field. So there you have it, guys. Look, I'm going to tell you right now, this game is huge. I cannot stress that enough. These 2 teams are fighting for position, playoff seeding in the balance. This game is just, it's everything at this point. The Niners have to take care of business from here on out and ensure themselves a first-round bye. I think that is so important for this team. Now, I know that they have things that travel well in the playoffs in terms of a running game and a pass rush, but anytime you can get home field advantage in the playoffs, anytime you can get a home field playoff game, you do it. And I don't know about you guys, but I want to be in the building at Levi Stadium for the first ever 49er playoff game, and that starts this week. The playoffs start now if you're the San Francisco 49ers because you don't want to have to go on the road in the opening round of the playoffs, in the wild card, and have to resort to playing some scrubs like the Philadelphia Eagles or the Dallas Cowboys. And yeah, I said they're scrubs. They're not that hot of a team this year, and I'm confident that the Niners would be able to take care of business when they go to those stadiums. But if the Niners can prevent that, prevent the wear and tear on their bodies, stay fresh, get that home field advantage, and give the 49er fans something that they've wanted for the longest time, and that's a playoff game at Levi's Stadium, you got to do it. That's what I want for Christmas, 49ers. I want a home field playoff game at Levi's Stadium this year. So go out there against the Saints, expose those mismatches, exploit them, take care of business, and let's get this first round bye. Each and every game is so important. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's the Saints. I don't care if it's the Rams. I don't care if it's the Falcons. I don't care if it is the Seattle Seahawks Week 17. You go out there and you take care of business, Niners. I know you can. Let's go.